She's political royalty in the United States, but for the past year and a half, Caroline Kennedy has been focused here in Australia. As the daughter of JFK, her high-profile posting as US ambassador has brought even more attention to the role. She arrived here last July, navigating the political landscape down under, and since then it's been non-stop for her, especially with the signing of the major AUKUS deal.
Yep, the ambassador has traversed the country, even squeezing in surf lessons from Mick Fanning in Queensland. And this week she took a flying visit to Antarctica, looking at the crucial work of our scientists there.
And we're delighted to welcome US Ambassador to Australia, Caroline Kennedy, joining us in the studio. Welcome to you, Ambassador. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Gosh, you've got a cool job. I want to talk to you about your Antarctica trip in a moment. But first, AUKUS. It looked for a moment there like it wasn't going to get signed. Did you get nervous about that sort of thing if it wasn't going to go through?
Other people got more nervous than I did. First of all, this has been such an incredible year and a half for me personally, for my husband and family, but also for the US-Australia alliance. And starting in March with AUKUS, and then President Biden and Prime Minister Albanese got together in May and made climate a real focus of the alliance, and then the state visit in October, where I think you really saw the two leaders kind of hit it off personally as well as shared values, and then now with the passage of the AUKUS legislation in Congress in the most overwhelmingly bipartisan way. So I think you're just seeing America and Australia kind of come together just across the board in so many different ways. So to be ambassador now is just an amazing privilege.
Yeah, AUKUS further strengthening that alliance, isn't it? How big a role did you play in getting it across the line?
Oh.
That's all you.
A small role, but I think there's many complexities to it that probably we don't have time to go into the week before Christmas. But one of them are, how industry works with government, what kind of sensitive technologies you can export and share, and which ones, each country needs to protect. But the thing that I saw, and I just met people even yesterday, there's so much talent here in Australia on cutting-edge science and quantum and AI and all of that. And so I think AUKUS is going to allow our research collaboration, scientific collaboration to get even closer, and that's going to have huge benefits for the entire population, whether it's in climate change or sort of logistics and all kinds of different applications that will come from this, as well as working together on this sort of security part of it.
What do you see as being the biggest challenge between our alliance?
I think I'm so lucky to be here at a time when our values are aligned. We're working together around the globe. Australia is the United States. We don't have a closer ally with whom we share values, we share traditions, history, and we also share some of the tough issues that we've had throughout our history that we need to face, the kind of reconciliation, social values. So I feel really lucky that there's such a strong foundation to build on through all our shared partnership, going back 100 years, fighting together in conflict, but also working together to promote democracy, humanitarian assistance across the region, working in the Pacific. So there's just a huge range of issues where we work together. So I don't think there's any, of course there are small problems, or differences of opinion, and Australia makes its own decisions on the really important issues it faces. But overall, I think it's a really great partnership that both of us are lucky to have.
Yeah.
It's great to get that insight. Environment, climate is a key topic for the globe, really. But you particularly recently took a trip to Antarctica to have a look down there to see what it was like. What did you discover? Is it of concern in regards to the ice melt, etc.?
Well, it was the U.S. and Australia, again, worked so closely together there. Australia just helped rescue an American scientist who was having a medical emergency. That's the kind of partnership that we have, always coming to help each other. And in terms of the research, we work incredibly closely together. So on this trip, I met some of the Australian scientists who are studying the ice core. They use it to predict future weather here in Australia, global patterns. The sea ice loss is the most dramatic we've ever seen. It was unexpected how dramatic it would be this year. So I think that really adds the scientific evidence for the need to address the climate change issue more forcefully. And we saw our two nations working together at COP. Minister Plibersek's leadership on this has been really outstanding, and so she led this expedition, and it was great to for her to have invited me to join, and so I think that that you'll see a lot more cooperation going forward.
Well, you'd been through a Canberra winter, so you were well prepared
Yeah, right.
to go to
Actually, I
Antarctica.
felt like I was home for Christmas when I stepped off the plane.
I bet.
Yeah,
I bet.
that's right.
You've been here 17 months. You're an incredibly cool woman. I read about some of the things that you wanted to do while you were here. Some of them that you've already done, like spend considerable time in the top end with Indigenous communities. You wanted to sample a CWA scone. Have you done that yet?
I haven't done that yet. I just received a cookbook from someone in the mail, a CWA cookbook, 60th anniversary, so I've got to look for the recipe.
Okay.
You're going to have to do that.
You've been looking for a second-hand clunker-type car to take
Getting
part.
close. I've seen a picture.
Yeah,
and I saw
have you?
one drive by in Sydney that had a for sale $1,500 on it.
Because it's got to be under $1,500. Just explain why.
Well, the Cancer Council raises money through many things, but one of them is the
It's a difficult one to say.
Xbox Rally.
Yep.
And so I think that obviously that's an issue and a disease that's affected so many people. My family, President Biden is committed to reducing cancer rates by half in the by 2050. And Australia has leading scientists in this research area as well. So I thought it would be a nice thing to participate in and see part of Australia from a different way, and you know, do whatever we can as the U.S. Embassy community to help that.
Just love the way you've embraced Australian life, surfing with Mick Fanning. We know that you're an avid swimmer as well. You've been to the beach and spent a lot of time there. You found out about the so-called box rally at Bunnings. I mean, that's very Australian to do.
I know. I have to go back and find the people who told me about it.
What does a Kennedy's Christmas look like? Are you staying in Australia for Christmas?
I'm staying in Australia. My husband and I are going to be here. Our daughter and grandson just left, so we had a kind of an early Christmas, family Christmas. So we're going to be in Canberra.
Okay.
Yeah.
So prawns or traditional
Yeah, we had you in to
Christmas
ask the
meal?
big questions. Are you going to do an Australian Christmas
I hope so.
dinner,
I
which
need
is
some.
prawns?
I need prawns. Okay,
Oh, you've got to do
great.
prawns.
You do
yeah.
seafood.
100%.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay, got it. Prawns, scones. I'm going to be busy.
Well, geez, it's lucky you came in.
Yeah.
Lovely to chat. Thank you so
too.
much for
Thank
giving
you
us a little bit of
having me.
time.
Hope you have a great holiday.
Yeah, you
And
too.
hope you enjoy the rest
Yeah.
of your stay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.